This is the moment. The one we all chase. The view from the peak of the mountain. The finish line. The culmination of all our hard work, our sacrifices, our dreams. For a fleeting second, it feels like everything. You are on top of the world. You did it. But then, a week passes, maybe a month, and a strange, quiet feeling starts to creep in. That incredible achievement, that thing you poured your soul into, starts to feel normal. The joy that once felt so explosive now feels like a distant echo, a memory. And your mind, instead of basking in the glory, has already moved on. It's scanning the horizon, looking for the next mountain to climb. And that's when the nagging voice inside asks, is that all there is? If this sounds familiar, you're not just being ungrateful. You're not broken. You're experiencing a powerful psychological phenomenon, one that runs in the background of our lives, constantly pushing us forward but rarely letting us enjoy the view. It's called the hedonic treadmill. Think of it like this. Your happiness has a kind of set point, a baseline. When you achieve something great, you get that promotion. You buy that house, you finish that creative project, your happiness spikes. It feels amazing. But here's the thing. Our brains are incredibly efficient. Adaptation machines, they quickly adjust. And that new, higher level of success becomes your new normal, your new baseline. The treadmill speeds up. To feel that same spike of happiness again, you need an even bigger achievement. And this creates a dangerous, relentless cycle. It's the never enough mindset. You get the promotion, and now you're already thinking about how to become the director. You run a 5,000, and before the sweat has even dried, you're signing up for a marathon. You hit your sales target, and now you need to double it next quarter. It's a perfect recipe for burnout and chronic dissatisfaction. You're running faster and faster just to stay in the same place emotionally. But the real danger of this treadmill isn't just the exhaustion. It's the fertile ground it creates for your biggest, most insidious enemy, what I call the nagging inner whisper. This whisper is clever. It waits. It waits for that moment when you're standing on your new, higher ground, that new normal you just achieved, and you're looking at the even bigger mountain ahead. That's when it strikes. The inner voice says things like, that last success was just luck, a fluke. You can't do it again. And that's imposter syndrome rearing its ugly head. Or it says, look how far you still have to go. That mountain is huge. You'll never make it. That's overwhelm, paralyzing you before you even start. And maybe the cruelest one of all, you just achieved something great. Why aren't you happy? What's wrong with you? And that is crippling self-criticism. This whisper turns your own mind against you. It expertly minimizes your past achievements, making them feel small and insignificant, while simultaneously magnifying your future fears, making the next challenge seem insurmountable. It thrives on that feeling of emptiness between achievements, convincing you that the future is scary and, worse, that you're not equipped to handle it. Stuck on a psychological treadmill, running towards a horizon that keeps moving, with a voice in our head telling us we're about to trip and fall. It sounds hopeless, doesn't it? It sounds like we're doomed to a life of quiet desperation, always chasing but never arriving. But it's not hopeless. I promise you, it's not. There is a way to slow down the treadmill. There is a way to get off it, even just for a little while, to catch your breath and enjoy where you are. There is a way to silence that whisper, or at least to turn down its volume so you can hear your own strength. This doesn't require you to crush your ambition. It doesn't mean you have to stop setting goals or dreaming big dreams. Not at all. It requires you to learn a new skill, a skill that's more important than time management, more powerful than networking. It's the skill of becoming the master of your own mind. And the first step in mastering your mind is to forge the ultimate weapon against doubt. A weapon so powerful that your mind has no defense against it. A weapon built not from hope or wishful thinking, but from cold, hard proof. But before we build that weapon, I want you to do something for me right now. Think about one goal you've achieved in the last year. It could be big or small. Finishing a course, getting a new job, learning a new recipe, finally cleaning out that closet. Got it. Now, be honest with yourself. How long did that feeling of celebration that real, genuine joy actually lasts? A day? An hour? A few minutes? Let me know in the comments. We uncovered the enemy, the hedonic treadmill that normalizes our success, and the nagging inner whisper that fills the void with doubt and fear. We're constantly told to fight these feelings with positive thinking or affirmations, but often that feels like shouting in a hurricane. Your mind just doesn't believe you. Why? Because your mind's internal critic is a master debater. It feeds on emotion and uncertainty. But there's one thing it cannot argue with, one weapon it has no defense against. A fact. I'm not talking about universal facts like the sky is blue. I'm talking about the undeniable, historical facts of your own life. Your past successes are not opinions. They are proof. When your mind whispers, "You're going to fail this presentation," that's a feeling. It's a prediction. A story filled with emotion. A positive affirmation might be, "I am a confident speaker," but your mind can easily argue back, "No, you're not." Remember that time you stumbled over your words? But what if you used a fact instead? The whisper says, "You can't handle this new project." Your factual response, "That's an interesting opinion." Aries, a fact: last year I successfully managed the Q4 initiative from start to finish, and it was delivered on time. That is a documented event. That is the truth. Do you see the difference? You are not arguing with feelings. You are presenting evidence. You are shifting the conversation from the emotional, uncertain future to the concrete, proven past. Let's try another one. The whisper says, "I'll never lose weight. It's hopeless." The factual response: "For the last 3 weeks, Premeta B walked 10,000 steps every single day. I successfully avoided junk food at the party last weekend." This technique is a form of cognitive You are consciously interrupting a destructive thought pattern and replacing it with an evidence-based one. Your mind will try to tell you, "Oh, but that was different. That was easier." Don't engage in that debate. Simply repeat the fact. The purpose of the fact isn't to win an argument. It's to break the emotional momentum of the negative thought. It's like an anchor in a storm. So here is your mission. For the next 48 hours, I want you to become a fact finder. Every time you catch your mind spiraling into doubt or fear, I want you to pause, take a breath, and then find one historical fact from your life that serves as counter. Don't just think it. If you can, say it out loud. Give it weight. Give it power. Fact: I learned how to play the guitar even when I thought it was impossible. Fact: I moved to a new city alone and built a life for myself. Fact: I passed that exam. I was terrified I would fail. These facts are your ammunition. They are your personal, irrefutable evidence that you are more capable than your feelings of doubt suggest. You'll now know the weapon. But a weapon is only useful if it's easily accessible when you're under attack. What if you could build a place to store all this powerful ammunition? A mental armory you could access at any time. What is one powerful fact from your own life that you can use against your inner critic? Share this weapon in the comments below to inspire others. Now, we are going to build that armory. We're going to create your fact journal. The fact journal, or your evidence log, is not a diary for your feelings. It is a logbook of your competence. It is the single most powerful tool for systematically rewiring your brain to see your own strength. Writing things down takes them out of the chaotic world of your thoughts and gives them weight, structure, and reality. So, how do you start? It's a simple, 3-step process. Step 1. Choose your armory. This can be a physical notebook or a digital document. The medium doesn't matter, but the intention does. Choose something that feels good to use. This isn't a chore. This is you, investing in your own strength. Step 2. Excavate your history. Your first entry is the most important. You are going to go on an archaeological dig of your own life. Set aside 30 minutes. Your mission is to uncover every piece of evidence of your resilience, capability, and growth you can think of. Don't just focus on the big trophies. The small wins are often more powerful. Think about skills you've learned. Did you learn to cook? Play an instrument, code, or speak a new language? Write it down. Challenges you've overcome. Did you survive a tough breakup, navigate a difficult financial period, or finish a project you wanted to quit? That is powerful evidence. Fears you've faced. Did you give that speech you were terrified of? Did you have that difficult conversation? Document your courage. Compliments you've received. What have people praised you for? This is external data validating your strengths. This initial list is the foundation of your armory. It will likely be longer and more powerful than you expect. Step 3. Make daily deposits. An armory must be maintained. At the end of each day, add at least one new piece of evidence. Ask yourself, what is one fact from today that proves I am capable? Maybe the fact is, I stayed focused for 25 minutes without distraction. Or I was patient with my family member when I felt stressed. Or I completed step 1 of my new project. These small, daily deposits compound over time, building an overwhelming case in your favor. Now, here's how you use it. The next time the inner voice attacks to the moment you feel that wave of anxiety, doubt, or fear your training kicks in. You don't argue with it in your head. You physically open the book. You read the evidence. You can even read it out loud. My mind is telling me I'm going to fail, but my journal of facts says on May 12th I solved the complex problem under pressure. It says in January, I learned a new skill from scratch. The evidence shows that when I am challenged, I adapt and overcome. This practice actively fights your brain's negativity bias. It forces you to acknowledge a different, more powerful story about yourself. A truer story. Your fact journal is more than a book. It's the written constitution of your confidence. It's the story of who you really are, written in your own hand. Now you have the weapon, and you've built the armory to store it. You have the tools, but there's one final, crucial piece of the puzzle. The final, and most important, question. Who are you in this internal battle? For most of our lives, we make a fundamental mistake. We believe that we are our thoughts. We believe we are our feelings. If a thought of fear appears, we say, I'm afraid. If a thought of failure appears, we think, I am a failure. We merge our identity with the chaotic chatter of our minds. But the greatest truth you will ever learn is this. You are not your thoughts. You are the one who is aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts, your emotions, your fears, they are like clouds. They drift in, they change shape, and they drift out. They are temporary weather patterns. But you are the sky, unchanging, vast, and always present, simply observing the clouds as they pass. To make this even clearer, let's use a powerful metaphor. The rider and the horse. Your mind is the horse. It is magnificent. It holds incredible power, energy, emotion, and instinct. But it can also be wild. It can be easily spooked by shadows, fear. It can get stuck running in circles, anxiety. And if left untamed, it can throw you off and leave you in the dust. The inner whisper is simply the horse getting scared. For most of your life, you've been letting the horse drag you wherever it wants to go. You've been at the mercy of its moods. But you are not the horse. You are the rider. Your job is not to break the horse or to kill its spirit. Its power is your power. Your job is to train it, to guide it, to lead it. And what are your reins? The reins are your awareness. They are the facts from your journal. They are the conscious choices you make. When the horse spooks at a shadow on the path, a negative thought, the untrained person gets scared with the horse. They panic, they grip tighter, and they make it worse. But the skilled rider remains calm. The rider says, I see the shadow. It's okay. And with a gentle pull on the reins by, recalling a fact from their journal day guide, the horse forward. The rider is in command. This changes everything. When you feel anxiety, you no longer say, I am anxious. You, the rider, say, I notice my mind is generating feelings of anxiety. When you have a thought of failure, you don't say, I'm a failure. The rider says, the horse is having a thought about failure. You create a space between you and your mind. In that space lies your freedom and your power. From this place, you, the rider, can choose how to respond instead of just reacting. This is the ultimate goal. Not to have a mind that is always quiet and happy. That's impossible. The goal is to become such a skilled rider that no matter how the horse acts up, you can calmly and confidently guide it back to the path you have chosen. You are the creator. You are the commander. Your will, your focus, your choice. That is the rider. So take the reins. Your powerful, magnificent mind is waiting for its leader. Guide it with wisdom. Guide it with facts. And ride it towards the incredible future you are here to create. What is one thing you will do today to start training your horse? Share your commitment in the comments. Thank you for joining me. Now go and be the master of your inner world.